So I decided, out of morbid curiosity, to look back at the comment sections on any video I did complaining about the grenade problem, or what I referred to as the grenade problem, in games like Black Ops Cold War or Modern Warfare. What I, unfortunately, ended up finding a bunch of people who thought that grenades served an important role and that they were tactical for a reason, and that I needed to get good and simply use the perks that counter them. This argument has bothered me for a long time, and even though I have touched on this over the last 48 months, I want to talk about it again right now because, good lord, being told that a grenade is tactical makes me think that all the person did was read the description of a flashbang in Call of Duty 4 back in the day and thought to themselves, yeah, you know what? These are tactical. The word tactical means that something is planned to reach a military end. And that is not a description of how grenades are used in Call of Duty, especially when you don't have to give anything up to run them. Now, back in Black Ops 2, or in Advanced Warfare or Call of Duty Ghosts, you would have to lose something to run a lethal and tactical. You lost a point if you wanted to have a frag grenade or two, and that's good. At least then you're planning ahead of time, and those games, by the way, did not have mid-match class customization, so you were planning ahead of time that certain classes would have a piece of equipment on them. But after Infinite Warfare, every Call of Duty game we've gotten so far guarantees you some type of explosive grenade or piece of equipment. Black Ops 4 being the most ridiculous, guaranteeing you a recharging thing like a fusion core or whatever they called it, the seeker drone or whatever they called it, a grappling hook or whatever they called it, a cluster grenade, that's what they called it. And yeah, that was stupid, and it made that game unbearable, bare bones gang for life. But the way these things are implemented and the way they're used are recently anything but tactical. Hey, you. Now that we have mid-match class customization especially, you can swap out your lethal and tactical, and that lethal and tactical is free. So take the word tactical out of it, because lethal, I think, should be the word for both of them. Flashbangs do not disorient enemies so that you can get them on their knees and handcuff them. In Call of Duty, hitting somebody with a gas grenade, a flashbang, a concussion grenade, whatever it might be, is a death sentence. In certain engagements in Modern Warfare, getting hit by a snapshot grenade decreased your chances for survival by a lot because it left you tagged long enough. If somebody was around the corner ready to push the moment they saw your signature, and you don't have time to maybe bait the person by showing them your signature and then moving around, if you don't have that time, then you just really have lost a lot of advantages in the gunfight. Your tactic that you have to employ is that as you're respawning after losing a gunfight because of a snapshot grenade, is put on the perk that counters a snapshot grenade. You see, all of the tactics that are involved with the use of these grenades is on the side of the users that don't want to get blown up or killed because of them, so they have to take up precious perk real estate with perks like Tac Mask, EOD, Flak Jacket, Battle Harden, Blast Shield, whatever it might be, and those perks, a lot of the time, keep you from running the playstyle you want or using an interesting perk combination that you want to use. Like if you have a unique perk combination that you think would be interesting and you're trying to enjoy the map while doing that, well, you have to avoid every choke point because you're likely going to get concussioned or fragged or just something of the sort. Something is going to screw you up. And I'm not saying you can't fight through a flashbang, you can't hold off enemies when one shot because of a grenade. I'm not saying it's impossible, but let's not pretend the chances of survival don't go way the fuck down, because they do. They go way the fuck down. Don't pretend it was some tactical skill-based decision to flashbang me in COD World War II because you saw my Thompson going off on the minimap right around the corner from you, and instead of jumping out and having a gunfight, you wanted to limit my chances of success by, I would say, well over 60%. It's a really good way to kneecap somebody before they've even seen you and basically give yourself the edge in the gunfight. It doesn't always go great. These aren't miniature nukes that just dominate every single gunfight, and anybody who throws a frag grenade is taking part in an overpowered ritual. What I'm saying is that you do not need a PhD to flashbang people and frag grenade them. You don't need a PhD for most things in most shooters, so that's sort of fair. But what I'm proposing and what I have been proposing is that you should have to give up something on your class to have a lethal or tactical grenade. Because you don't just have the ability to blow people up or flashbang them when you are using flashbangs and grenades or whatever. You also have the ability to completely change your opponent's class by spamming them with these easy to use, nonsensical pieces of equipment that ruin gunfights and make people just feel flustered. So it's not just that you're killing me with a fucking frag grenade, it's that you're making me go switch to flak jacket when I wanted to use forward intel. I'm switching to battle hardened when I wanted to use tracker. I have to make the trade-off now. I have to trade off my playstyle because you spawn in with a flashbang every life. So my proposed changes are this, and this is sort of an updated list. Bring back a created class system where everybody has a certain number of points to customize their perks and lethals and tacticals so that they can't just use a lethal and tactical for free. Also, take away hit markers from flashbangs and concussions. If you know somebody's in a room and you have to flash them and stun them, then you should have to basically rely on your own intel and not a hit marker to tell you that the person's concussion. You should have to rely on your own throw, again, not just tossing into the room and hoping for the hit marker that says, hey, the person you just hit with this is very, very, very unlikely to be able to beat you now. Or do both of these changes, plus make grenades really, really slow to throw. That way they really will be tactical, you know, because you have to choose to have them on the class, you have to make some sacrifices for those class changes. You don't get an indicator every time somebody's hit by one of your grenades, and you have to plan out before you throw them. You have to cook them and wait and hold on to them for a second because you can't just, quick throw them into a room. So it requires some preparation and some planning. I think that could work real well. No, but mostly I want hit markers removed from tactical grenades, and I want it to cost something on my class to use a lethal or tactical. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below, and if I sound tired or sort of slurry in this video, it's because I just woke up from a 4-hour nap. See you when I see you guys. Goodbye.